This was the story of the parents of Luis Mateo, a young boy who was born on November 26, 1962 in Bronx, New York. Luis, who lived on 176th Street and Bathgate Avenue, would later become known as Track 2. He recalls, "In 1973, I had a black friend named Jerome that danced at school. He was doing moves that I thought were great. I actually thought he was making them up. I normally watched American Bandstand on Saturdays, but when I went over my other black friend's house on a Saturday morning and I saw Soul Train for the first time, I figured out where Jerome got his moves." The Soul Train dance show, which was filmed in Los Angeles, was broadcasted on Metro Media Television, Channel 5, at 11 a.m. on Saturday mornings and at 11:30 p.m. on Saturday evenings. Track continues, "It was the first time I had ever seen the whole different dance culture and heard the funk style of music. I was raised listening to music like mambo, rumba, and the Puerto Rican jabaro music.
But when
I never, listen, I never caught anything.
MTV,
yeah, I guess so. But
that's my
some people say Soul Train. But see, I wasn't into Soul Train.
Yeah, but Soul Train was a New York-based thing.
No, it was Soul Train was West Coast.
No, I mean a New York-based thing. Soul Train was in a
Soul Train started in Chicago.
Yeah,
right.
Chicago and then moved to Los Angeles.
To Los Angeles.
But it took its crowd to Los Angeles.
Yeah, but what's the other one we were talking about that James Brown also had?
Oh, the James Brown, man.
He had his own show too in Atlanta, right?
Yeah, but I never watched those shows.
Yeah,
but I'm saying, but that wasn't on TV for us.
Right.
When
I saw him dancing the first time, I'm like, oh shit, this kid's, he's crazy with it, right? But he was never an influence for me in dance because I never saw him.
Who are you talking about?
James Brown.
Oh, James Brown.
I didn't see him till much later on, and so, but his music was an influence for me because I danced to his music, right?
Yeah, but he was a big influence in the black community.
He was a bigger influence in the black community, right?
No, he's a legend. Forget about it.
Right. And I love his music.
And what a lot of guys cut out is that James Brown started in Atlanta, Georgia. He's a Southerner.
Yes.
And a lot of the funk music comes from the South.
He has an amazing story, bro.
Yeah.
And he was tremendously gifted. Bro, the way he danced, though, was like, when I first saw him, I was like, holy shit, this dude is amazing, right? But I had never seen him in the early 70s. I never saw him because he wasn't on TV and the shows I watched.
Right.
And when I watched TV, usually because I was out in the streets all day, and then at nighttime, I would watch the Late Show, the Late Late Show, the Late Show, right? And so that's where I got influence from. Of course, I watched the Honeymooners.
Dude, I didn't even know that he had that show, bro. So you just recently.
I was playing break beats in my house, and I'm making all kinds of noise, and I'm driving my mother crazy. And people that would come to my house, or sometimes I bring my set out into the park. People would criticize me, Latinos especially. Like they would tell me, "What are you doing playing that Jungle Bunny music?" Like they were really opposed to me doing this. Because they said, "You're Latino, do what you're supposed to do." And it's like, supposed to do, I didn't know I was supposed to do anything. But I was getting a lot of flack from Latinos for doing what I was doing. But I ignored it, I basically didn't listen to them. I just put my blinders on and just kept on my path. I don't know, they were closed-minded. You have to understand, in 75, there was a completely different frame of mind when it came to things. Everybody was into Hector Lavoe.
We have a wide age demographic here.
Sir Norin Rad. Who were the DJs at the dungeon that you remember? Kid, TDK, told me about DJ Jimmy who used to play there. Big Boom. Yeah, that's correct. That's who I learned from. DJ Jimmy. Yes, he was real good. This guy, he could mix the records. Boy. I mean, he fascinated when I first started to play. I said, this kid is nice. So I told him to teach me. He wouldn't teach me. He said, just watch me. Man, just watch me. So I would just stand there and watch him. Then he said to me, yo, you want to hand me those records? So I became his record boy. You know, I would be there looking at him. Damn, how he did that. And I would write the songs down. Little did he know that I would write the songs down. So when he would leave, I would start DJing. You get it. That was nice. People would wake up and go, who's that? Jimmy is here? I didn't know Jimmy is here. I said, nah, that's Boom. Yo. They would be like, get out of here. That's Boom. He's getting good like that already? Sir Norin Rad. What kind of music did DJ Jimmy play? Big Boom. Disco. That's disco. Hustle music. Sir Norin Rad. Kid, TDK, stated that in the beginning the Disco Kids crew wasn't into b-boying. When it started, all its members would do was the hustle and top rocking. Then by 1978 they picked up b-boying and took it very seriously, having regular practice sessions at the dungeon. Big Boom. Yes, that's correct. Sir Norin Rad. So as far as the breakbeats are concerned, who taught you about them? Big Boom. DJ Lele. Yeah, when I used to go to 129 and see DJ Lele, that's when I learned about the breakbeats. Sex Machine. Yellow Sunshine. I would look for these kind of beats.
Was other gangs like the Peacemakers, the Ghetto Boys, Ghetto Brothers, was they joining Zulu Nation?
No, they're separate entities. Peacemakers had their own crew. They had a crew called Fun City.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What, B-boy crew?
Some of them were
just
B-boys.
music?
Some of them B-boys. Some of them played music. My man D Lele, he did some DJing and everything like that. But they had their own crew over there by Vice Avenue.
I thought Lele was a spade.
That's Redhead Lele.
Okay.
There's two Leles.
Okay.
Redhead Lele is a spade. Then there's Peacemaker Lele.
Okay, so
two different people.
So in
I'm Rubber Band from Rockwell Association, and I've been doing this for God knows how long, since Charlie Chase has been spinning. I was living around Beaumont Avenue. I was telling Charlie Chase today, 2344 Beaumont Avenue, hearing about a guy named Charlie Chase, okay, back in 1975. And that was my inspiration to go out there and start dancing, okay? Back in 75, though, before Charlie Chase, even before Charlie Chase's time, you all heard of Kool Herc.
Oh yeah.
Kool Herc was the first DJ, right? Not. No, he was not. It was Lele, the first DJ. And I'm paying homage to Lele from Fun City Crew, okay? He was the first DJ to start this, okay? Fun City Crew over at 129. Charlie Chase was taking over 118. A few times we threw our sound system out there with Charlie Chase and was DJing.
For that invention, because some people don't even know they created something, you know. And I'm not lying. When I see that now, how they do the b-boys with the radio, I mean, then I wonder if that was me. But you're not gonna know.
Right.
And even if you try to put it out there, Deuce is gonna look at like when I tell motherfuckers, yo, I put Crazy Legs down. I see Deuce in the background go, this guy's fucking crazy. I'm like, God damn it, I hate saying that shit.
Right.
But when they come to find out, they be, oh shit, that was Batch. You know, Batch. Fuck this motherfucker here. The name Batch is what carries a lot of weight.
Yo, Bash, did this radio stuff that happened like when you was at Poe Park?
Which one?
When you carried the radios or...
No, this is like in the 1970s.
So you guys were chilling at Poe Park at that time?
No. During that time, I was all south. let's be mindful that in 1977, you know, most of the people that consider themselves hip hop, they was from the South Bronx. South Bronx should get all the credit for this goddamn hip hop shit, because to be honest, where DJ Kool Herc created hip hop is on the west side of the Bronx. But I don't remember too many people going to the west side during the 1970s, and even the beginning of in the mid-80s. Everything was always somewhere, wherever there was a jam, it was in the South Bronx. When you hear rappers talk, KRS-One, who gives mad consideration, you know that. KRS-One recognized me.
Right.
And
shout out.
It's always KRS-One, baby, peace, love you, baby. One. Yeah, that's the man. You know, so those are the people that added that really solid, substantiated element to the culture. You know, and then here came Run DMC, and then they just bang, they smashed it. So basically, you're never gonna have the original motherfuckers get glorified for something that they create. You're not gonna have that. It's always gonna be the motherfucker that took it to that other level.
Like
you
Taki,
get
who made it dope, kind of like Taki. Like,
yeah,
got recognized for it.
That's just how it is. Look, if you ask me, who was the first DJ I ever saw, blacker than blacker, my little motherfucking man, DJ Lele from Fun City Crew, Peacemakers, okay? Much respect to him. That was my dust partner. He was older than me. He was so cool. Little black, he looked like that little black doll, bro. He's badass. Ugly little motherfucker, but let me be careful, because he got some badass songs out here today. But yeah, his heart made him beautiful, man. I mean, and throughout the entire history, as it continued to be written, I never seen nobody talking about motherfucking Lele. Fucking Lele used to be out there, big time in the South Bronx. Right up there before I even saw Flash. And I know Flash, like, I saw Flash in 1994, 95, before I went up to do this 20 years. I was crossing the Grand Concourse, and to get to Paul Park, and he was coming down. And you can't ever forget fucking Flash, I mean. He's a badass motherfucker. I looked at him, and he looked at me, and I was like, Flash? He said, Patch? I said, yo, we hugged each other. Because I ain't seen that motherfucker when he was cutting shit up in the South Bronx. In 129 Manspool, he used to be there all the time. And, you know, I was surprised for him to recognize me. He said, Patch. He said, yo, you still got TBB? But at that time, I didn't have TBB yet. Because my brother brought me back out in 98. This man knows a lot of shit. And he got a picture with people out
damn poles out here, and you know, one of those light poles, and you will see these flyers there connected. This would draw us to whatever jam that was happening at the time, which was like guys like DJ Kool Herc, Cass, Grandmaster Flash, of course, let's not forget DJ Lele, who was really kind of left out of the DJing equation in the history. And you know, you had also the Fun City Crew, the Peacemakers, who are out here still today doing their thing. So yeah, you know, at the end of the day, this culture has a lot of history that I can't tell you everything, because I wasn't everywhere at one time. You know, like some people could tell you everything about.
One of the first DJs that we knew was out there from PM City, from PM City, who called Lele. Lele was a tecato. Cool brother. He used to steal the power from the poles, and he used to bring his little home xylophone or whatever they used to call the record players. That he used to pick up the needle and put it on there, and he had his amps, steal this shit, and he would go in there and, you know, with a bag of dope and just start doing his shit. And,
now,
and, you know,
that time, do you guys hear about Kool Herc, or this is
No,
even.
Cool Herc was on another side of where we at. That's the come you see that Cool Herc. We was on another side. So there was in Cedric. We used to Mohegan, Bronx River. You know, we're more in Tremont.
Okay.
Fingerlings, Black Spades, Black Falcons, Javelins. You know, I mean, that type of shit was out there. So
Now you're watching all this, right? You're watching all this happen. You're watching all this happen.
I'm watching from a distance. You know why? Because
we were going to hang out. We knew where we was going to go to. We know who's going to be there. You know, especially around 180th, because that's where Theodore come from. That's where the Mercedes ladies come from. That's where they come from. Being from CD Crew. That's the Peacemakers. You know, DJ Lele, one of the presidents of the Peacemakers. He was the guy that threw the fucking parties for us in 129. You couldn't set an equipment or anything there without they say so. That's just a fact.
So you're saying Salsa was the ones that were kind of.
While you're learning all this and you're watching the highlight of like music, salsa, I'm gonna assume mambo, because I know you said that salsa was named later on, you know, with the Fania All-Star, the Hector Lavoe, like, you know, Eddie Palmieri, like all those dudes that were creating the salsa in New York City. Were you involved a lot mostly on the music side, like besides being that you got a family background that were musicians? Were you like performing? Were you helping out? Were you doing internships with people that were doing music stuff?
Well, no, in the Spanish I really didn't participate. Like my cousins, they were really, you know, they play congas and bongos and everything else. My father wanted, sometimes he would play and bring me on the stage to play, you know, like a piano thing, you know, I'll play some, you know, stuff. But you could tell I didn't want to do it. I was more into the funk and soul disco. I didn't know, I was.
And where did that come from? That you're like the fact that you have Puerto Rican families like me. I'm Dominican, but it's kind of the same. Puerto Rico, Cuba, we're all Taínos ancestors. But what made you lean more on the funk and the breaks and all that instead of like aiming more at the, you know, that typical Puerto Rican type of thing that you're listening to? Because you got your ancestors there are playing the salsa. You play some disco funk, they'll look at you like, what are you doing? So what made you lean that way?
Well, because you know, you watch TV shows and you're watching you know, Soul Train and all these, you know, American Bandstand and all these shows. You know, the Jackson 5 and, you know, all these Temptations and the Four Tops. And in school, when you're in school, that's what the music was, the funk and soul, disco. That's what it was. Dancing the hustle, you know, and stuff like that. So as you get older, dances change, a little music changes, you know, as I got